It's a week later since we've planted our snap peas and our beans, and we're up working the soil. Snap peas are starting to come up. The beans are just starting to crack the soil. So things are really starting to move along. So we've worked the soil. I'll have to rake the rock and then get the seeder out and put in more snap peas and put in more beans. As a market gardener, we like to plant beans every week as soon as we can, right up until just about the beginning to mid-September. And that way, if we do that weekly, it gives us a continuous supply of nice fresh beans. You can get multiple pickings off of beans. It does make it harder because a lot of times if there's beans you missed the first time, they're too large and you have to sort as you go. So we like to plant every week so we can just pick a patch, not worry about it, and then the following week move on to the next patch. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes we have to re-pick patches. So that's what we're up to today. See if we can get that in. So we've got it all raked out for the beans. It's getting late, it's getting towards dusk, and our friends have come out. I'll see how close I can get before they go. Four white flags. That's why we have fence. Exactly why we have fence. So we have the ground all raked out and ready to seed. And we've raked the rocks off to one side, and we'll have to pick them up, weather permitting, this weekend. So we're set to go with the seeder. We just windrowed those rocks off to the side. Hopefully that's a step you guys don't have to take. And get these beans and snap peas in. Call it a night. The seeder we like to use to plant our beans is called an Earthway. A pretty simple design, and it's been around for a long time. And the design really hasn't changed much over the years. This one is actually from the early 1980s. A neighbor of my father's had it when my mother and father lived in town, and it didn't work out well for him. He had a really small garden, and it actually just took him longer to change the plates and empty the seed out than if he just planted it by hand. But it's pretty simple. Front wheel has a belt that turns your seed plate, and the seed plate picks up the seed, drops it in a hole, which then puts it into the ground opener. The ground opener is just right here, so it's a V on the front, or a wedge, opens the soil, and then the seed drops down behind. Trailing behind the seed, the ground opener, is just a simple little chain, and as the chain drags along the soil, it closes the furrow back up. So it's a great way to plant all sorts of vegetables. We like it for beans and peas. This one has had a lot of use since the 1980s when my father's neighbor gave it to him. The front wheel is damaged in several spots, still working. We have replaced it, but the old man still likes to use this one. So the front wheel really powers the belt anyways, and the back wheel firms the seed bed that you planted in. So it's a great seeder to use. With the camera I have, probably won't be able to get that great of a shot using it. I'll give it a shot. But all we do is we get as close to our line as possible and push it next to the line. And as long as you have your line straight, you have a nice straight row of whatever you're seeding. so in this case beans. The plates on the front are designed to change out, and they come with, I think it's 6 or 8 plates, but you can buy additional plates. So our peas and beans are in. The shot of the Earthway didn't look like it came out too bad. It's probably not the best representation. You know, our soil is really rocky. It was still hitting rocks even though we cultivated it and raked it, which will throw off the planter a little bit. The rocks will actually lift it a little bit out of the soil, so as you're pushing it, it'll lift it out and throw you off a little bit from being straight. If you have a nice sandy soil or loamy soil, that really won't be a problem. So we're going to call it a night. It's getting late. I haven't been home yet. So I'm going to go close the greenhouse, get home. The girls will be in bed. They better be asleep because it's getting late. We'll give them a kiss goodnight. And I think tonight it will be a bowl of cereal. That's all right. That's good when you're hungry as well, and not that many dishes to clean. So thanks for watching.